Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 60 of the show with no name. I'm your humble host, Nick, and today we're going to continue exploring this awesome old cemetery out here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This cemetery goes by the name of the Cementerio de Villa Palmeras, and this is part 2. Let's take a look. I've really enjoyed the headstones that have the cages on them with the figurines inside. This cemetery has brought that style to my attention, as well as all the crosses, of course. So many people have been laid to rest in this beautiful cemetery. I try my best to showcase any headstone or burial site that stands out to me. Both that Jesus headstone and this cage right here definitely stood out. I wonder if that cage was where a little infant was buried. I'll never know because there's no marker on it. I'm really excited about this episode today because I'm going to be talking about two really important historical figures here in Puerto Rico. One was a revolutionary, and the other one was a famous musician. But first, I wanted to give a little more attention to this beautiful, unique headstone right here. I just love how it has Jesus's head carved into it like this. It's definitely a unique piece here in this awesome cemetery. Elias Beauchamp was born on June 8, 1908. He was a part of the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party. More specifically, he was a member of the paramilitary wing of the party, known as the Cadets of the Republic. He is known for having assassinated Elijah Francis Riggs, the United States appointed chief of the Puerto Rico Police, along with his fellow cadet Hiram Rosado. Both Elias and Hiram were arrested and shot without trial while supposedly attempting to escape at police headquarters in San Juan. Elias was born in the town of Utuado in Puerto Rico. The American Tobacco Company had gained control of most of the island's tobacco fields after the conclusion of the Spanish-American War. Elias moved to the city of Bayamon after his schooling and worked on one of these fields himself. This is probably where his revolutionary fervor began to grow. He would then get married and move to San Juan, where he lived with his wife and 2 children. The Puerto Rican Nationalist Party was founded in the year 1919 as a direct response to the American colonial government. Elias became more and more interested in the cause for Puerto Rican independence, and he joined the Nationalist Party. The paramilitary wing of the Nationalist Party that he joined weren't just known as the Cadets of the Republic, but they were also known as the Liberation Army of Puerto Rico. In 1931, the U.S. appointed governor of Puerto Rico, Theodore Roosevelt Jr., named Dr. Carlos E. Chardon as Chancellor of the University of Puerto Rico. In 1935, Chardon initiated a project known as the Reconstruction of Puerto Rico Project. This plan was very well received and became known as Plan Chardon. The Nationalist Party president at the time in 1935 Pedro Campos denounced Chardon, the university deans, and the Liberal Party as traitors and agents of the United States government. The Rio Pieles massacre occurred on October 24, 1935, at the University of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican police officers confronted and opened fire on supporters of the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party. 4 Nationalist Party members were killed, and 1 police officer was wounded during the shootout. An eyewitness testified that she saw the police officers shooting at the victims and heard one officer screaming not to let them escape alive. Her testimony was ignored and no charges were filed against the police officers. At the time of the massacre, the top-ranking U.S. appointed police chief on the island was named Elijah Francis Riggs. He was an unpopular police chief with many on the island because of his decisions to repress labor movements among the local sugarcane workers, as well as the pro-Puerto Rican nationalist movement itself. Since the entire Puerto Rican police force took their orders from Mr. Riggs, the Nationalist Party considered him responsible for the massacre. On February 23, 1936, Mr. Riggs was assassinated by Elias Beauchamp and his comrade, Hiram Rosado. They attacked and fatally shot the police chief as he was returning home after attending Mass at the San Juan Cathedral. There's still, to this day, a lot of questions surrounding the deaths of Elias and Hiram. I don't believe any official investigation on their deaths were ever held, or any police officers were ever demoted or tried for any of the shootings. Carlos Samuel Ayala Roman was born on February 17, 1933 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He is unquestionably one of the greats of the Afro-Caribbean music genre. Self-taught in the musical field, Ayala felt inclined towards Afro-Antillean singing and rhythms from early in his youth. In 1950, he was drafted for military service, and he served in the Marine Corps during the Korean War. Upon returning home to Puerto Rico after his time in the war, he began playing music again. He began playing music with Rafael Cortijo and Ismael Rivera. This trio would come together and forever change the music world. He would later move to New York, where he would continue to play music with various groups all throughout the 1970s. In 1978, he would return to Puerto Rico and reunite with his friend Rafael, and they would write their final album together. He would continue to play music throughout his years with various groups. He definitely had some experiences in life being a soldier and a musician. After years of battling cancer like a soldier, Sammy Ayala passed away on the night of November 21st, 2012. I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos of this awesome cemetery that goes by the name of the Cementerio de Villa Palmeras. This is part 2. Enjoy. Thank you.